knockoff OnePlus Pro 7.
What the hell?
I
Why?
bought
What you scared of?
I bought a
They're all
like
Chinese spyware anyway. You might as
yeah.
well pay bottom
I
dollar for it.
I bought a what was it? Whatever the iPhone 8 or 9. I don't know which one it is. Off of DH Gate. It was like a knockoff one. It's like $100. It looks exactly like I could have cheated somebody on Facebook Marketplace, and it ran like some shitty Android operating system. It was so badass.
Yeah.
It sucked though.
And that's why you pay for iPhone for for
Yeah.
the
Wait,
operating system.
why do I have
Hardware is
that?
also good, but it's the operating system.
Yeah, that's where the big bucks come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Big Steve.
Software for
Steve Benton
sure.
in the building. What's going on? What's going on, Steve Herman?
Where's Steve?
Tahoe sucks.
Ronnie Pruitt in the house.
Is that you?
God,
He didn't tell me hi, so I'm not gonna.
Well, no. Well, you didn't get to meet him at finals. That's
He
why.
ain't going to either with that kind of attitude.
He's the School of Bass guy. I think it's called.
Perry came in hard. Sup, fellas. That's what it is. Not just fade.
We gotta have Ronnie on.
I ain't having nobody on that does.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he works with kids and teaches them acoustics, and they have a shop truck and all that stuff.
Nah. What's up, Jerry?
Yeah, that's happening.
Big Jerry.
I'm overriding
What is Jerry doing audio? Does he have anything to do with audio? He's got a Pontiac G6 and he like does burnouts.
He has a CRX tattoo. Does that count?
I mean, is it loud?
It's got to count for something. No, a CRX tattoo. He doesn't have a CRX.
That's got to be awkward to be that huge and have a CRX tattoo and you
like
cannot fit in a CRX. Yeah, it's actual size.
Yeah, it is actual size.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Hey, Jerry, by the way, you broke my glove box.
What a monster. What, with his knees squeezing in?
Yes, he was napping in the passenger side of the truck.
That sounds
And he was like, stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Broke my glove box, you bastard. I can't get in there now.
It's not a G8. It's a G6. I know, I'm joking around here. I just don't care to meet anybody at this point in my life. I've met all the people I need in my life, and we're going to good.
I'm just going to cut off
it is.
Here.
It's life size on his arm, and it actually runs. That'd be stupid. Donnie, you gotta put something in the comments, bro.
Yeah,
you can't just
what? That's why it's called super chat.
Yeah, you can't just be throwing money at us and like expect us to entertain you.
Just blankness.
Yeah, like give us
a dance, you monkeys.
So give us another comment and give us another comment, and I'll highlight it. Somebody else asked me to highlight it. Who was that? Chris Carter. I don't know. If you know
top
him.
fan.
Yeah, he's a top fan. So whatever he says, whatever he says, I just gotta throw it out there.
Yeah.
What's up, Ronnie? Ronnie, what's going on today, Ronnie? You need a vent? You want to come on the show and vent with us?
I think he is. I think he does.
He does want to vent.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe he needs a hug, but not
he does need a hug. He's missing his family. He's like,
no, he's back, huh?
Oh, is he back already?
Yeah,
I thought he was just in Prague or something.
Wait, no, wait.
I don't be following.
I don't know. He said he landed, and I made a sad face. Get it?
I do.
I hope
you're back. Damn it.
Yeah, you didn't crash overseas. Rip. It's not nice at all.
No.
What's going on, Jose? What's going on, Anton? What's going on, Dan? I'm just gonna get them all the way. Yeah, we got topics today, Timmy. I don't know what yet, but we just. David, top fan. You need to come on the show, David. Chill out, bro.
Yeah, he does.
We need them backstories. Like, I don't care about anything PSI. I just want old stories.
Yeah.
Like you reconing subs at finals, like on the spot, right before a guy's run. I heard some nice ones.
Dude, I was there. I was there for some of that.
Oh, wait. I didn't click it. No, when he sees that, it brightens his day. He knows it does. Because it brightens mine. But I don't do it on I don't want to do it on like a personal post that he makes. Like that could be like I wanted to do it today. I was like, that's kind of mean, but
I think it brightens everyone's day.
Yeah, it does.
When you're mean to
everybody loves it. When we're mean to each other, everybody loves it. That's what I'm talking about, Donnie.
That's because they hate both of you.
Factual. They love to do it. They just want to see us both take each other down.
Mm-hmm. Sandman in the building.
Sandman's in the building. I watch you in a. Oh, I don't know if I can name him on the show. Fade might get mad, but I watched you on the other guy's live show, Jeffrey, and it was pretty interesting. Taylor won't let me mention his name on the show anymore.
I've
I got the text last
I've
week.
never said anything of the sort. I have never uttered those words or anything.
I got
in
the text yesterday. He's like,
vicinity.
dude, don't you dare bring him up again.
Whatever.
All right, man.
Screenshot it.
You
Screenshot it.
you make the rules, bro.
Screenshot it.
Yeah, it was fun. Besides listening to Hank's face, I never want to hear Hank talk again. Is that too much to ask?
Probably.
I mean, it is, but so why does he think people wants to hear him?
That's a great topic, Timmy.
Yeah,
that is a great
Oh
topic.
crap, I missed it.
That's a great question. It's such an egomaniacal thing to do.
He does that he's probably got like 4 in the tuck waiting to go. You got 2 for sure.
I definitely have 2. Everybody has their name on their team shirts and shit, though. I mean,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, for sure.
It's not that big.
Did you see that? Did you see that
annoying.
post today up on? I don't know who he is, but apparently he builds boxes. Pete Bass. Did you see him? I'm just gonna give him. I ain't see him shouting him out, but I'm gonna say
You've
his
never
name.
heard of Pete Bass?
No. I don't, dude. It was so bad though. Dude, I literally laughed out loud when I saw the. Did you see it? Oh, damn it. I'm going to have to pull it up. The guy built the box inside, like into the car. He built the box into the car.
Sure.
And the picture is him loading like a big, I don't know what it was. It was a DC level 5 or something. Trying to wedge it in there. And it's just like, nah.
No, it's not
Nah,
going.
it's not going in. It's like the angle, like he had to angle it and it was just half out the trunk still. I'm like, oh, God. Like, what do you do? I don't know. Clearly it's the builder's fault, but dude, I don't know what you do right there.
Solves all time.
Just invert it and leave your trunk open, bro.
Is it a video or is it a picture or something?
Nah, it's a picture. Let me try to pull it up.
Yeah.
Just so you can get a reference to it all.
No, it's not PWK, but I imagine he enjoys some of that.
I don't know who that is. How do you know who that is?
Pete Bass? Because
Yeah.
he's been like, I don't know, up and down all around for years. It's hard not to run into him on Facebook.
I mean, why don't I know who that is? I'm just not out there.
He gets in an argument with some of the other guys every once in a while. It's entertaining.
All right, let me try to share this. It's a goodie. Is this a... No, that's not screen share. Chill out. Here it is.
$500 box. It's MDF. And it's
it was $550.
Did he build it or was it?
Yeah, he built it in the guy's car for him. Let's see. What's this? Let me try this. Oh, well, God, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, does that work?
Oh, my God.
Lit. Look at...
Bruh.
Oh, God. It just... Neil Barber's going to get mad at me. But it just hurts... It hurts me physically when I see MDF. Nothing's wrong with it, but it just hurts me physically to see MDF boxes still to this day.
I hate it. I hate it.
So this is built into the car, so he can't get the box out, put it in, and put the thing. That's just it. That's as best you can get right there, cuz. Wire it up and let it rock.
Wow. That's
I don't know how
outstanding. That's outstanding.
Like I can see I can see me doing that and being like, shit. What do I do?
Right. My bad.
What do I do now? Like he's just look at that.
Oh my God.
It's just bad.
Dude, why is that $500?
$550. I don't know. I guess it's huge. I don't know. Look how big the box is.
$500 for a box with 215s? That's gonna sound like asshole in that anyway?
There you go, man. I don't know.
Dude, that's terrible.
Let's get him on. Somebody tell
I
him.
literally cannot think of a worse alignment for that car.
I don't know what sub that is, but it's big. It might be something random.
I told him to buy smaller subs. That's not gonna help unless you're talking about the Dayton ultra shallow things that are like 4 inches.
Yeah, like
deep.
even
let me just get those and just slide them in. You still couldn't secure it though. Like that had to cross your mind that you weren't gonna be able to get a screw in the sumbitch. Not even wiggling it in.
Who? The builder or the guy? The guy clearly didn't know nothing.
At least two people had to be involved in this.
Well, yeah. Well, the guy said, here's my car. Drop the car off. Here's $550. Make me a box in the car, and I got subs to put in. I don't know what. I don't know
wired, dude. I mean, I've done some retarded shit, and like I always laugh at myself, and it's like, what's wrong with you? But no, maybe not that bad.
Yeah, so now he's just gotta like throw the whole car away or something. I don't know.
Yeah, just burn it.
I would.
That's really all you could do. MDF burns pretty good.
MDF is the processed meat of the world.
It really is. It's the bologna.
It is
of the world.
It's the luncheon meat.
It's the hamburger steak.
It's the Vienna sausage. It's just all other wood scraps smushed together.
Why do they call it steak? Why do they call it hamburger steak?
What do you mean?
It's not a hamburger steak. It's a hamburger.
You mean a Salisbury steak?
No, because that's
remember those as a kid?
Gravy.
God, what happened to that? I used to love those in the.
They're disgusting. No,
they're fucking delicious. In a TV dinner.
TV dinner.
Yes. Oh my God.
And it was like the apple fritter thing.
Yeah. It came with corn, mashed potatoes, and a brownie at one point.
And the taters were always still frozen.
They were horrible. It was horrible. I don't think I could eat that now. Probably could, but oh man, it is the hot dogs of wood.
It is so bad.
That was a good one.
It really is like the chicken nugget.
Yeah, like I literally, I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and like figure out how it's made. It's compressed nonsense, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just like
sawdust glued in a. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh my God. So I don't know. We have to get that guy on. Somebody get a.
If you want I'll build you a jelly roll for $5.50. Jesus.
Hey, yeah.
I'll start cranking jelly rolls out. Y'all can have them all for $5.50 each.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like it looked like the box was even like sealing the whole freaking trunk. Like it was just. I
mean, it wasn't even. You can't even like finish it. You can't do any roundovers on the wood.
I love when people laugh at me. I love when
they're laughing at you.
I love when people like say what I said and then just haha after. It's like it just being funny is like something a lot of people wish they were and hardly any are. Yes. If I'm being honest with you.
I know the struggle.
All right.
Hey, put Anton back on the screen. Has he got like a podcast mic in front of it? Oh no, it's a camera. Cammy. I thought it was like a boom mic.
Nah, it's not. Not chill out. I do need to get a good camera. All right, let's get a. I
know I need a new camera.
I know. Does anybody have the Hero 8? I feel like it's the same exact thing as the first GoPro Hero, and I don't want to get one. But it's got some nice features.
I'm done. I'm just gonna use.
Do you still have those other ones in the box? Those ones I told you to get.
I used it for the Burp Box build video, and it was terrible. I'm just gonna use my phone for everything from now on.
It's so much easier.
It's 4K 60 from every camera it owns. Like what?
Yeah.
I can't do any better than that.
The only thing is like you can't. I don't know. You have an Android now, so that's what you're talking about?
No.
iPhone?
I went to iPhone 11.
All right, well then that's better because they have iMovie or something. You could edit so much crap on there.
Yeah, I mean I have a Mac too, so I can.
Funny. I amuse you, David Moore.
Funny how? Funny like a clown?
Yeah. No.
We should probably talk about like some audio or something.
Yeah, for sure. Everyday Audio's number 57. We ain't got no guests because just we do what we does. And Fade, let me tell y'all something.
Oh, here we go.
Let me tell y'all something.
Here we go.
Taylor Fade has one singular job on this entire show. Two. Show up at before 6:30, that's pushing it.
It is. And
acquire if he can a guest for the week. So he's got 7 days to just throw.
I don't start
Sunday night. Sunday night.
If I'm lucky.
I'll literally get a text Monday morning, like 4 a.m. Hey, what about such and such on? You think we should have him on? I guess, man. Zing! All you gotta do is throw out baits and see what comes up. And he never does it. Never. It is what it is. And then another.
That's not true. I do
it's
try.
Not true.
Am I way behind?
What?
Like my video?
No.
I'm like out of sync now, or you are.
No, you're fine on my end.
Oh, okay, I see you. Yeah, look, it's a lot harder to
so she said
procure guests than you think it is. It really is.
I don't know. I could.
Yes, it is a lot like my builds, Steven. I saw a lot of last minute.
Are y'all still doing that? Are y'all still doing that?
I don't know. I need to speak privately with Steven. Steven.
I thought y'all locked it down to an Odyssey.
No, I think we locked it into a minivan. But
okay,
make sure that we're still doing it.
Everyday Audio's number 57. We're here.
I'm gonna PM him right now.
And
David Moore talking shit.
we're here. 57 live. 57 shows in the tuck. Skip a one here. That's Fade, not paying attention. He's on his slick new iPhone 11. What's going on, Third Air? Appreciate it.
I'm just looking at the last message I sent to David Moore.
Yeah, we pissed
11 November 4th. Oh my God. It's like a 1-year anniversary. Yesterday was a 5-year anniversary of the last time I messaged David Moore.
Let me look up if I ever messaged him.
Oh my God. November 4th, 2014. Holy shit. Lock it up.
I win. That was the last time you messaged him?
Yeah. Lock it up, Dave.
I got September 17th. And I asked him too. Can I use my phone for the show? I don't have a webcam. I said, yep. And he said, okay, bet. That was clearly a lie from Mr. David.
Obviously.
That was just, is what it is. I mean, I would lie too. I wouldn't want to be on this stupid.
Let's just call it out now. We're having Dave Moore from Pink Star Industries next week.
Factory. Lock it up. I wonder if he remembers a build he did for me. It was literally just a dust cap. Sorry, David. You painted it pink and you put F it on it. So
I need some custom build. PRs is what I need.
Yeah, I need those high excursion ones.
Yeah, I need that EveryDay audio guest discount.
Yeah, we got logos too. We need to like screenshot.
Oh yeah, that would be dope.
We do need to have like a logo screen printed on something. I mean on a dust cap.
Dave said he's got emails from me from 2010.
Pull them up, post them. Oh, that was probably the star. Like that was probably the hey, make it pink and put F it on the cone.
Yeah, dude, that was a thing. That was the thing. I used to think that was. I mean, it's still awesome. I used to think that was the most
block.
Awesome.
Can I block Hank from the page?
Didn't he do your dub 7s?
Oh yeah. Wait. No. Did he do the sticker? No. You know who? Huh? He didn't build them. I know who built them. It was a guy in California. I think a lot of people know him out there, but I don't know what happened to him. Scott Sackett. I don't know if you remember him. He was S Sackett on Car Audio.
Yeah, SSK or something.
Yeah, SSACK. Scott.
No, I mean his business name was SSK or SK or something.
I don't know what it was, but he did like everything for me back in the day.
5% off.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take anything.
I might screenshot that.
But we're live. Let's talk about
audios.
All right, let's talk about this one first. Cause I don't know where people stand on this topic. So
I think you and I are split on this.
Man, I don't know. I swap back and forth. Cause look, 100%. I'm not loud. Laugh at all you want. I never did a 60. I'm not loud. But every vehicle I've ever owned was 100% stock when I bought it. So, I mean, that's not saying much because I'm not loud. But still, I did everything to it.
Yeah, but what's the most power you've ever had?
7,000 watts.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, still, that's like somebody could do some godly numbers. But I never had compact Neos or nothing.
Exactly. Have you ever had DDZs or compact Neo? No, exactly.
The loudest score I've ever did was 4 FU, 750s, 412s, and 7,000 watts. It was like a 57.2 or something in my Explorer. Yeah, it's daily, bro. Daily build, bro. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I built it from the ground up. It was bone stock, bone stock radio, bone stock everything, battery, alt. So I don't know. But then again, if I had like the money, like just to throw out there, I would love to buy one just built and just turn a knob. I don't think I would like to buy a burp one built. I would like to buy a demo one built.
You know what though? You could get a built vehicle for a decent price, but there's gonna be so much work that you're gonna have to put into it. You know what I mean? Because they're always just ragged out or messed up, or this isn't quite right, or this isn't. Which is why they're probably selling it in the first place, because they're like fed up with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But if you did buy something turnkey, it's going to cost you. But I can't get down with it. I don't know. I'm not saying I would never, but if the right build came along and it was like finished and it was nice and it was pretty and I could just put my own kind of spin on it, like with the gear and the tuning and whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
and then another thing, like it's never yours.
right.
It was always, you won with, you won with such and such build. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but then you win.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a trophy, but
Yeah, but you know what? This also, it circles back around to writing checks to have someone else pay someone else to build your shit for you. It's the same thing. So what? You bought the vehicle and then paid somebody else to build it. You might as well have just bought a built vehicle.
All right, that's a different point now. That's a different subject.
Is it? No.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Because you're building it to your. I mean, unless you just hand them money and say, "Look,
Which
build
is
it
what
loud."
most people do.
All right, well, maybe so.
If
but I'm saying,
writing checks for the build, they're not like designing the whole thing themselves either.
Like,
I
if
mean,
I
I guess
don't,
it happens.
like if I don't have the talent or the equipment or anything to do this build, and I farm it out for labor to somebody to build my dream, I think that's different.
I can see both sides. Like, I'm trading my time for money in doing something else, and then I give that money to someone else to pay for them for their time instead of putting my own time and doing the thing. But
yeah, but if you don't have the skill, if you don't even have the skills to do it, is that different too?
That's the point. I mean, that's the whole point. I don't understand that. I mean, that's the disconnect. Is it that you don't have the skills? That's why you're paying somebody to do it. Like, if you have the skills, let's say Daniel Powell was like, I don't feel like doing a goddamn thing today. I'm gonna pay Bobby Gately to build my shit for me. Nobody's gonna frown upon that because they know he could do it if he wanted to.
Well, then what would they frown on?
Some noob somebody paying someone to do their build and then running around like it was their shit. Like, they built it, they own it, blah blah blah. No, you didn't do shit. Like, I don't know. It bothers me. I think more credit should be given. Like, in the SQ side, a lot of this happens a lot. People pay other people to build everybody. Everybody does it. Pays somebody else to build their shit or tune it or whatever or both. But the other thing with something that the SQ guys do is they will put a nameplate on their shit, like on the amp rack or somewhere prominent that says this whole thing was done by this other dude. Like, they full on have a fucking plaque put on their trunk that says somebody else did this shit.
You think you see that more in SQ?
Yes, 100%. Because
there's a lot of guys
drag that shit out of some SPL guys. Like, this is such and such old truck, or such and such built this. That's not happening. Nobody's offering that information.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You mean they'll try to hide it as far as they can before, if they're just point blank asked.
Right. Lie of omission. Yeah.
Did you build this?
Exactly.
Or if it never comes up.
I shouldn't have to ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Why? I don't know. So what?
So what? Okay. Yeah. If you want to.
I mean, why do I have to come out and tell you that I didn't build it?
I mean, if it comes up organically, it's fine. But
yeah, but when would it ever come up organically?
It shouldn't. I mean,
now see,
if someone congratulates you on the shit, hey man, that was loud as shit. That was awesome. They're like, yeah, I appreciate that, but I didn't do any of this. I didn't do nothing but write a check.
Right. Sick build, man.
Yeah. What? Don't tell me. Message the other dude that actually built it.
Yeah. Oh,
is that not fair? Is that rude? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's two different. Cause like, I get the guy that just, here's 20 grand, make me loud, versus the guy's like, all right, I want ZV5s and I want 4,000s and I want this built to 10. You know what I mean? Like, he has input into his build versus writing a check and picking up a car, turning knobs. There's a difference between turning knobs and like, I don't know, like picking out your build, if that makes sense.
It does. If you drop blueprints and a check off. That's a lot different than dropping a car off and be like, call me when it's doing 60.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like don't do none of the testing or anything.
Yeah, here's 20K. I don't give a shit what you buy or what you build. Just call me when it's doing 60s and you can show me how to run this thing.
I would absolutely.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. I would absolutely do that with a demo build. I'm not. That's a lot of work. But Burpville, like that's the biggest fun is like testing and finding out this shit lost 2 dBs.
Yeah, that's the fun part for me. I like to messing stuff up, but I also don't build like 818 walls. You know, that's not fun to rebuild. That's also why I don't build walls because this shit makes me itchy.
Yeah,
it makes me itchy. I need to be able to like change stuff up, dude.
That was the funnest thing about the Explorer. You could just swap in anything like immediately.
Yeah, that's why CRXs are fun. You can just play with single subs all day.
Nah, CRX sucks. There's no room in them. You really think there's more room, but there's not. There's no room in them things.
Let's highlight a couple of comments and we can.
Yeah, I see where T-Fade is coming. I don't know. You want to read all of that out loud?
We'll give everyone time to read it.
Yeah, bye. I'm not reading that.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, testing is fun, but it's not fun. It's not fun if you don't know what you're doing. I can get all the information in the world from testing, but no, I don't know what the fuck to do with it.
I don't know. Think about it like this: like a lot of y'all are gamers. Right?
DBs.
A lot of y'all are gamers. So what if you just paid someone to like beat a certain level?
Yeah, that's retarded. No. See, that's another thing too. That's a cool thing Sanford brought up.
It's the accomplishment of finishing that level.
That's stupid.
The accomplishment of doing a certain number. If you just want someone to play your account for you and get to a certain, experience level or whatever.
God. David Moore just gave the biggest secret to explorers ever. Stop. I gotta delete that. How do I delete that? I gotta delete that.
What did he say? Oh, I gotta go up.
No, don't go up.
All I saw was
that's all you needed. That's all you needed to know.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I need to buy an Explorer.
Yeah. But bet you that would work in your what do you call it? A Saab or something?
The Saab Blazer.
Yeah, the Saab Blazer. No, but that's a good thing too. What if Sandman brought up, you buy a vehicle that's doing a 62, then you put in the work and the equipment and bring it to 67. Whose build is it now? No, you don't tear nothing down. You just tweak it.
Well, I guess
add a round over, add more power, better subs, test it more.
Yeah, if you put your own spin on it, I can see that.
Then it's your build, right?
I think you can start claiming it.
Facts. David Moore, just don't say that again. People are gonna get loud. The CRX box.
I'm like waiting for him to drop some knowledge on CRX.
Does he do? She dropped it right there. Where? Anybody that has an Explorer, that's all you need to know right there.
That's it.
That's it. Do that.
How old is that picture? Because you look younger in that picture than the time I saw you 10 years ago.
Put the girl picture back up. Do that. 4.4-inch ports. Rape the world. Nathan Munson's in the building? Oh my God.
What?
Nathan, we've messaged you a ton and you don't want to talk to us.
I swear to God. I've
gotten my feelings hurt too many times.
Ad nauseum.
So
he don't want to come on here. I don't know why he don't want to talk with us. He just bought a van too.
Was I talking about Nathan?
We are. We're shitting all over.
Bang bang.
Turnkey 70.
Yeah. Friggin' button pusher.
You sell out. You
get out of here.
You suck.
As if. Turd.
Oh my God, we're totally.
That's all y'all do. Yeah, that's what we do. It's just what we do, man.
Hey, I'll message you the link if you want to come on and tell Skippy he's a moron.
You ain't gotta tell me that to figure it out. Yeah. So
right.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
He
send it
said
to
yeah.
him, see if he wants to call in.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Uh,
I guess it's a good thing you messaged me the link.
oh, it's another topic of discussion.
What?
The one thing I like doing, just easily messaging you the link. Why can't you email it?
It's on. I'm on
Why do you not have it
computer.
logged in?
I'm not on my phone. What are you talking about?
Why do you not have your Facebook on desktop?
People use Facebook on computers?
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
That's not a thing.
Why wouldn't they?
I actually tried it the other day when I was editing the loudest and most championships threads.
I don't care. Who's got?
It's impossible.
Oh, God.
It's terrible. It's like easier on mobile.
Who's got Joe Price's old S10? Didn't they F it up?
The old S10. If he
like
was smart, he probably should have crushed it.
I don't like that mark.
I didn't see any screws through the firewall of that one.
Oh,
bang bang, bang bang.
Like if you knew where there was steel plate in there, you would know where you could put screws through.
Yeah, 100%. I started to put an asterisk by his score on my list, and then put at the bottom put illegal screws through the firewall.
Not a proven legal score. The god of SPL.
Oh my god! What, dude? Hell hath frozen over.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Nathan?
Not much. I'm new to this whole broadcast thing here. So.
Hey, you're doing pretty good so
far.
It's
big time.
Cool. So what's the problem with buying built vehicles?
Damn, man.
Turnkey 170s.
I talk shit assuming no one's gonna call me out ever.
Yeah. Same.
I cannot imagine you're gonna leave that thing like as it is though.
Oh, I already started cutting it up.
Exactly. So my whole problem stems from you buy a built vehicle from someone, and then all you do is put your subs in there and turn the damn knob and take all the credit. Like that, for me, is a little disingenuous.
I understand both sides of it. If you can't build your own vehicle, I mean, or if you don't have time or the money or the knowledge, who's to say you can't have fun with it? I think it's disingenuous to claim you built it.
Right.
But taking it and doing it, if somebody asks and you say you did it all, well, that's kind of, questionable, but I have no problem. I mean, this is all for fun. I'm not making any money doing it. And if somebody wants to buy a car and have fun, why not?
That's a big thing. Some people take this way too seriously, and it's just a fun hobby.
I know, dude.
Like people get really mad.
Yeah.
It'd be
Chris
different.
Got mad at me today.
What?
Yeah.
I started cutting up the Andrews van before I even did a test burp or anything. And Chris said, you're not going to go to one show with it? So today we actually wired the subs back to the 16K and his CRX to play with it, just so we had some data from what it was before. And he
you knew what it did.
Like throw the deck of the radio mad on the Caravan. That mad.
Yeah, that guy.
That was the best video I've ever seen.
But I'm on the wrong topic here. One of the reasons I started testing with the van today is I've been seeing all these people talk about all these problems with the Term Lab. I never can duplicate that. I can't get it to happen. I couldn't get it to happen in the trunk car. I couldn't get it to happen in the CRX. So I decided we'll try it in Andrew's car. I have the latest. I have a software that Wayne sent me with the AI functional and stuff. And I cannot get it to mess up. The only thing I can do is if I clamp it with one lead out, or I don't put the clamp on, or if I ground a clamp instead of hooking it to the other speaker wire. But
you don't ever get the yellow low voltage or
there's different. Here's the problem: the yellow bars doesn't mean something's wrong. It means something is out of the preset norms that it wants to see.
Yeah.
A red bar is the bad bar. But a yellow bar is really nothing big, especially what it says. It means look at your results and see if they make sense. And that's actually what I'm doing. I'm actually playing with the AI right now and seeing there's thresholds for different stuff in the AI for amperage and voltage and power and SPL. and we're trying to figure out how to set those to where it'll probably end up, but we're just playing with it. But I can't get it to mess up. I just can't unless I intentionally clamp it wrong. And there's no way to avoid somebody, that's just a clamping issue. If you clamp it wrong, that's why I don't really like USEC letting people clamp their own cars. I wish that the judges would clamp them.
Did you see the video or the show when we had Adam Russell on and he was recreating a false clamp?
Yeah, I tried. That's the reason I did this. I was like, I tried to do that because if something's wrong, and when I was doing this today, I had a fluke clamp and I had a fluke voltmeter, and I mean the clamp was within 1/10 of an amp, and the voltmeter was dead on. I just couldn't get anything different. I couldn't get it to read wrong. Now I don't know what's going on with his. I don't know why one frequency did something. I couldn't get it to do it. I never have been able to, and I still can't. I guess it takes some ability that I don't have.
Are you guys using? Oh no, you just said you're using a Sound Digital, huh?
No, we're using
Crossfire.
the Crossfire 16K.
Oh, the Crossfire 16K. I don't know why.
I don't have a Sound Digital, so I can't tell you if those amps clamp right. But as far as the software, the unit itself working on a Korean board, it seems to work fine. I tried placing the clamp. I can't even get noise to happen. I think
most of the controversies around the Brazilians, though.
Well, I saw some people actually saying that it does it on Koreans too, and I swore I saw a post from Adam saying that. So I was like, well, I'll try it. But
I think some people have been doing it with like the old DC 10Ks or something. I've seen somebody say, but it's some kind of big Koreans do it. I don't know.
And I guess I'm different. Some people will take an amp apart and look at it. Some people will repair an amp. If I have an amp that I bought, like if we buy a 16K and we blow it up, we will fix it and sell it and buy another new one. I don't even want to repair an amp in the car. Just have no reason for it. So I guess maybe that's part of it is I won't have an amp that has issues, but I can't recreate it with equipment that doesn't have a problem.
So you're saying there's nothing wrong with the TermLab before or after the update, and it's because a lot of people are saying it's a hardware issue and not an amplifier or software issue.
Software.
Yeah. Well, what I was mainly trying to do today is I was trying to place the clamp in different places. I was trying to place it near the power wires, trying to place it near the amplifier, trying to move it closer to the subwoofers, trying to do all kinds of things, trying to get a weird amperage reading because the voltage reading seems to be a pretty straightforward kind of thing.
Yeah, voltage is easy.
Well, as long as you've got now, here's the problem. Some people, if you have a broken lead, there's an amp like this 16K, it swings positive voltage on the power wire and on the positive speaker wire, and it swings negative voltage on the negative speaker wire. So both leads are seeing a voltage. So your peak to peak, like if we measure 200 volts AC, that's 600 volts peak to peak. Not all amps are like that. Some amps have a negative speaker wire. It's truly just a return, a ground. And in that situation, you've only got power on one lead. So you can technically, if one lead was broken and not metering, the TermLab wouldn't know. It doesn't know what kind of amp it's on. It doesn't know to watch both wires for voltage. It just watches for peak to peak. It doesn't watch each individual wire. So if you have a problem such as a broken lead or something, of course it's going to read voltage wrong, but that doesn't affect current. But it actually throws a code at that point too with the new AI features. The AI features actually work really well. The only thing that's going to be is setting all the thresholds. There's thresholds for all kinds of settings that it watches for. He needs to fine tune the thresholds, but I think it's a good idea.
All right.
Interesting.
I don't know. I've never been able to cheat it. I mean, I have 1,000 different amps, and I've had 1,000 different amps in and out of all the cars that I own, and I've never seen a funky.
I will say this. I've never used a Brazilian amp. We've used Crossfire 3Ks. We've used JLs. We've used the 16K. We used 8Ks. Chris, at finals, he had a 16K in his van at drag finals, the year before last when he had the no-wall 5K van. And the only other amp that he's ever ran besides those amps is he broke his Crossfire during testing because he didn't charge his batteries and ran it down to 9 volts during testing. And the amp went, and so somebody loaned him another amp for the final round. And I don't know what that amp was, but it wasn't a Brazilian amp. I know that. It was some kind of Korean board.
Yeah.
So I've never used a Brazilian amp, so I couldn't tell you. But I don't know. Everybody says that the Terra amps you can't clamp. I don't know if that's all of them or just the old ones or.
I think it's the HD, like the old ones.
HD?
They had so much interference. you basically had to put them in a Faraday cage to get them to clamp correctly.
Yeah. But I think.
Do you have the
a
Bronco?
lot of the errors that you see, like at USAC finals, I can't help but think there was, a bad cable, but parts fail. You buy a new car. I bought a brand new car. I had to take it to the dealership to get the seat fixed. Sometimes things break.
But yeah, I get that 100%. But when things break on a specific competitor,
multiple rounds
and the multiple organizations, multiple locations,
well,
it starts to get fishy.
Yeah, are you referencing like the Diaz clamping thing?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I could not tell you what happened there. The one thing I will never do is I will never jump on their cheating bandwagon, because there are smarter people than me. There's smarter people than you. Or even if they're not smarter, somebody's the first to figure it out. And it's not always who you might expect it to be. And I wholeheartedly don't think Brazilians are cheating. I don't think everybody in Brazil is cheating. I think when you get a group of people together, there will be a small percentage that cheats. But for the most part, I like to think that human beings aren't cheaters, that aren't, inherently going to cheat. So I think the Brazilians are doing some things that we don't know what they're doing. I like that fact, because that means we can learn to do it too. And I don't mean cheating. I mean actually doing stuff with the wave and the box design and different things. And
oh, you're such a gentleman. They're messing stuff up over there.
No, I really explain this to me. If they're messing up, why is there no limit pro stock build kicking the crap out of us too? I mean, that has nothing to do with the clamp.
I don't know. Like there's pretty irrefutable evidence from some tape measures on stock cars versus others that have been in the lanes. Like I don't own any of these vehicles, but just a lot of the evidence that I've seen is pretty damning. And I know I'm not talking shit about Brazil specifically or whatever, because I mean a lot of work goes into the quote unquote cheating that they're doing, but I mean a lot of it seems pretty shady to me.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm not saying everybody in the world is honest. What I'm saying is I like to believe that people for the most part are honest.
Yeah, I know.
But everybody in Brazil does really good numbers. So I have a hard time believing that everybody in Brazil cheats.
No. Yeah, we kind of paint them with a wide brush there.
And that's what I don't like. If they're cheating, I somehow wish we could catch them, but I'm not the guy. I saw some people the other day talking and saying, if we can't do it, they can't do it. That's not true. There's always going to be somebody better. I'll tell you what, back when I competed with my orange car, when Marco and Miko, I think that's their name, did the Wicked Look by Vitra or whatever, that WLV, the first fourth order build in an extreme vehicle, they stomped everybody by like 5 dB with that look. They weren't cheating. They just had figured something out.
Yeah, I had that. We commented on this a while back. Is that every once in a while there is a paradigm shift, and there's like a huge quantum, like a leap forward, and it just every once in a while, yes, it does happen. But when the build looks a lot like everyone else's build, and the car is a lot like everyone else's car, and there's nothing pointing to a quantum leap forward in score. Like if the alignment is not different, then it raises eyebrows. That's all I'm saying. Plus, they have all those old straight sheet metal cars that we don't have the luxury of.
Yeah. I'm not going to come out and say 100% that I know that nobody's cheating, but I just like to believe that it's very possible they're better than us. I mean, and all it takes is one person there to figure it out. They're probably a pretty tight-knit group. They all work for the manufacturers. Yeah. And they probably share it with each other and say, don't tell anybody else, just us use it.
We're fat and lazy. That's our thing.
I'm fat and lazy. I've had gastric bypass surgery. I'm still fat and lazy.
I'll tell you, all of the Russians are crazy. Brazilians are crazy. Americans, we're just fat and lazy. We don't want to work for it. We're all fat.
Yeah, I agree. But back to the subject of the built vehicles. Let's see what I can find here.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's get us a tour.
Let's see it.
And turn your phone. Your phone's sideways.
Yeah. What do we got here? What do we got? We got a van. We got that. We got a new trunk car. We got an Escalade building over there.
Oh, that's right. Y'all got a new trunk car.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, it's actually really clean. We drove this. We flew to Miami and I drove it back.
That's amazing. Honda for the win.
It's really a clean. It's dirty right now from the drive, but it's really nice interior and everything.
I want it.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually,
how do
y'all fix it and then give it to me.
Really
Yeah, make
good
it-
shape. It's an LX. Everything.
Make it loud and then I'll buy it.
We're going to. Chris already put coilovers on it. The tires and wheels will be here tomorrow,
Jeez.
and we're going to do something in it. We'll see what can. We'll see what can happen.
Let's see the new blue
I'm
one.
I'm hoping. What's that?
Let's see the new blue one.
Oh, the blue one. I walked away from it already.
Where's the orange one?
Where's all the fast stuff?
It's in a different garage.
Oh, a different garage.
Uh-huh.
Wealth.
No, not wealth. Just
Munson
collect-
money. Hashtag
collecting
Munson
junk.
money.
Yeah, that's Munson money.
Here we go.
Oh.
Jeez.
You
It
guys want
came.
some Z's? I'm selling these. I don't know how much they're worth. What should Z's sell for?
Like
to me,
$5,
cheap.
$10 to me.
Yeah. Shipped. Oh man.
But yeah, I don't know. I've got that set of 18s, and I've got a set of soft parts, another set of carbon soft parts for the front. So I got 8 18-inch fronts and 4 motors.
Good Lord.
I don't know what to sell them for, but I got to get rid of them. Somehow I got to pay for this crap.
You got a Scrooge McDuck vault you dive in every night. I know.
Yes, he does.
No.
Actually,
Just-
that's
hey.
a misnomer. Some people, for some reason, people think me and Chris are wealthy. We are not. This is my store, okay? It is a nice store. I live here. I actually live in my building.
I like
Oh,
it.
that's fun.
I like
If
it.
I was wealthy, do you think I would live in my building?
I would.
Well, I guess I would too, but I'm not wealthy. It's
Hey,
my
what
purpose.
building? What store are we talking about? Tell the people who you are.
I'm Nathan Munson. We run Eastern Audio. I've been doing this since '92.
How is it Eastern Audio on the West Coast?
Yeah.
It's Eastern New Mexico, and everything here is Eastern New Mexico University, Eastern Equipment, Eastern, and it started as Eastern Audio, and it was already too late to change it. I just kind of was like, I'll just do it for, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't really regret it, but it's kind of a mistake. I think like Steve Benton calling Midwest SPL was a mistake because it limits him from expanding all over the country.
Yep.
Because people don't want to have a Midwest show in the South. People don't want to have a Midwest show in the East Coast. So it's not that it's a bad thing, but I think he'd be better off if he had a different name. But it's kind of, he did it. It stuck. It's a big deal now. So
Yeah.
but it's hard
He's
to
got
push
that-
that barrier.
He's got that niche market cornered, you know?
Well, Steve's a good judge. Steve's an honest judge. Steve works hard for the competitors. So I wish we had some of his shows here, but we never will. So
Why not?
It's hard enough to it's hard enough to just support what we can do here. I mean, starting something new in this part of the country is really, really hard. And USAC is close by, especially finals, so it makes it easy. Drag is, and always has been, in my opinion, the pinnacle of competition, whether people like it or not. Where you go, I know you don't like drag, but it is, when you go to a show and
Hashtag bottom of the list.
I love the format for USAC, but when you go to USAC, you don't have 8 people in a class within 2 dB of each other.
No, I hear you.
It's not, USAC is a tester's delight because you can go again, you can retest, you can buy a rerun, you can do all kinds of things to where there's less pressure and you can do your best score. Drag is more of a competition mode where it's a one and done and you do what Chris does every year and breaks out.
Do you own the Bronco? Is that what I'm seeing in the chat?
Yeah, I own it. I actually gave it to Kurt at King Kong. He just hadn't came and picked it up.
Oh, there you go.
I've got too much crap and I actually traded it to him for a pair of speakers.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
But actually,
We're talking about Alma Gates' old Bronco, right?
Yes, the red one, the original one that says kicker.
Okay.
I literally thought you were talking about Neo Barber's Bronco.
No.
Sorry.
No, the red kicker Bronco. Not
we were just
not
talking.
The second one. The only thing I hope he doesn't do is I never titled it my name because the title says Alma Gates, and I hope he leaves it like that forever too, just because that's the way it should be. But
we were actually talking
Yeah.
about her before we went live on the show, and he nor I have ever had the pleasure of meeting her or knowing much about her or whatever. And I'm assuming that you have, since you've been in this game for a minute.
yeah, actually, Alma was probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. She was really nice to everybody. And that's why I'm not sure she would compete nowadays, because today so many people want to bash on other people's stuff. And people don't want to accept what is, like if people saw her today and she had kicker, they would just instantly talk smack because she had kicker. I don't get it. I mean, there's one person that's the loudest, and it's not like everybody else doesn't belong. I don't understand that at all. I mean, everybody, it's a little different than it used to be, but she is really nice. I'll tell you an interesting story about how she met me. Well, how she met Chris. I knew her already, but when Chris was 5 years old, he's going to hate me telling this story. When Chris was 5 years old, we were at South Spring Break Jam at South Padre, and that would be 91. And I had just painted my orange car orange. Before it was black. It was a piece of crap, but I just painted it orange, and I could start it from the podium. And I don't know if you remember SPL Jester, Gabriel Ramirez. Well, he's the guy that used to be around with me and Mike when we competed all together. But he had reached in and put the car in gear, and and Chris went over to the podium, and it's 5 years old. Went over to the podium and was showing somebody, look, you can start the car from here. Started the car in gear. It took off, and it ripped the back bumper off of Jasa from DD's brand new Honda that he had bought like 2 days before.
Oh my God.
And then it rammed, I don't know if you remember Ralph's big white tow truck, the F650 or whatever it was. It ran into the side of that. So Chris took off running and ran down into the swamp beside the convention center there at Padre, and Alma went and found him. She brought him back. Yeah.
That's amazing.
She brought him back, but that's how she met Chris.
Dude, that is hilarious.
You got to beat that butt.
But
yeah, you got to whip that ass. Did he catch a whooping?
No, it wasn't. It was just one of those things. I always said, let's make sure it's in gear. Other people didn't know. I mean, make sure it's in neutral. Other people didn't know it's supposed to be in neutral. We just always left it set there in neutral. It never
why would somebody put it in gear?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure it was Gabe, because he was just like, he didn't want it to roll away, but it was just sitting there. It's one of those things I might do too. If I see something, I'm like, oh, that should be in gear. But funny
story. My buddy figured out how to put I don't know. I don't install remote starts, so I don't know what all it entailed. But apparently it's difficult to do or impossible on a manual transmission. And my buddy put one in his truck, and he forgot it in gear, and he did the same exact thing and ran it through a fence and hit the building.
It's very funny. A lot of new remote starts actually you can do a sequence that tries to make sure the car's in neutral so you can remote start with a manual. But that's fairly new, especially to the directed product like Viper. And we had an installer here one time that put it in his CRX, and he said, I'm going to put it in my car because I always leave it in neutral. He ran into the building that day because he started it in gear. His brother drove it and left it in gear that day, the first day he had it. But yeah, you can do it on a manual now, but it's a really complicated sequence. You have to pull up with it running, put it in neutral, set the parking brake, remote start it with it running, take the key out, open the door, shut the door, and lock it. That way it thinks those things are happening. It thinks it was running in neutral, the parking brake was set, the door was open and closed, so you should have gotten out. So there's nobody in there to put it back in gear. It's not infallible, but that's the sequence for Viper now. If you don't do that sequence exactly, it won't start. So most people that actually get one never figure it out because they can never get the sequencing right.
It's probably a good thing.
Why do people put it in gear when they park? I've never done that ever.
So it doesn't roll away. I mean,
you don't have a parking brake?
Is
I mean, I'm not on a hill.
Yeah, well, we don't have hills. They might.
That's weird. Where's all the fast stuff, Nathan? What you got? You got a turbo Mustang? You got a Vet? You got McLarens and stuff? I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't have a McLaren. I've got a Z06 that has all of 900 miles on it now.
Jeez,
I've had it for 2 years. It has 900 miles. It never gets driven. I bought it for my mom, and because she's always wanted a blue Corvette, so I bought her a blue Corvette. My dad wanted it to be a Z06 because he thought that was just cool. They won't drive it. I took it to the drag strip twice, and that's 500 miles of the 900. I took it to get the oil change 3 times because I changed it every 3 months. And that's 150 miles of it. The other 200 is being driven in 2 years.
Hey, send it down here to South Louisiana. I'll drive it, some bitch, for you.
But that turbo Mustang actually got sold, and it got wrecked actually the other day, so it's gone.
Oh man! God.
Did you ever drag that or no?
I took it to the track and ran it on low boost, like low boost, like 4 pounds. 4 or 5 pounds, something like that.
Scary.
It was pretty damn scary. It ran, it ran mid 5s on 4 pounds.
Jeez.
But we were trying to dial it in, and had all kinds of issues with the car. We couldn't get. It had it was a Haltech standalone, and we never could get the Haltech to function properly. I always run big stuff or factory ECUs or or we got a Big Stuff 3, a Factory, a Holly. All of those are all fine, but I couldn't get the Hall Tech to it was doing all kinds of weird things, and they said it was noise, and they said it was wiring, and they said this and that. So my friend wired it, so I tried to find a problem. I couldn't find anything wrong, but finally, he was just like, we just got rid of the car.
So you've done 170 dB with a single 10. You've run 5 seconds on 4 pounds of boost.
We ran 170 in the eighth with a single turbo.
Just checking things off of everybody's bucket list, just everything.
But and we also have a 5.3 liter turbo TA that is pretty quick. It's just got a little 76 on it. It runs like high nines. It was actually my friend Greg bought it for his daughter to drive to high school.
Sure. Why wouldn't you?
And then I bought it from him when she graduated and moved away. I bought it from him. So
y'all are all crazy. All of y'all.
Yeah. Well, I bought it from him like a year ago, and it's still in his garage because I don't have room for it. So, and I haven't driven it.
Munson money.
I know, for real.
I don't know room for it.
We got to change this hashtag from Dunkin' Money to Munson Money.
Yes, sir.
I am building a new 50 by 40 shop for more cars here.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
As you should. As you have
room to build stuff.
Yeah. Right. All right. Back to SPL. What do you think the one thing new people, even veteran people, miss when they're trying to SPL their vehicles? What do you think the one biggest issue people miss? If that you can answer that.
Well,
or tip. Biggest SPL tip you can give to new guys.
The biggest SPL tip I would say would be
don't say test.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm not going to say test.
Test more.
Well, testing is the way to get where you want to go.
For sure.
That's not what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm going to say, actually, be honest with yourself of what you expect from your system and what's most important to you. If you want 20 hertz, don't expect to do it 170. And if you want a 170, don't expect to play 20 hertz. Figure, have an honest to goodness, set of options that you can build. And if you want the middle, too many people build one way and try to get to do the other, and it will never do it. So they are two different builds. And that's why I'm redoing Andrew's van, because I'm going to keep it in Super Street X. And now there's a 50 hertz limit, and there's no way you can do a flat wall of 50 hertz limit and keep up. There's just no excursion. I want to do a 170 over 50 and under 50, and that's just not going to happen with 4 subs. It's just there's no room for a flat wall in that and playing that kind of frequency. I'd have to have no port, and so I'm going to go with either a 4th or a Series Tune 6.
Oh, that's fun.
Just copy whatever the Russians are doing.
Yeah, just
those guys are insane. We gotta step our games up, and I'm looking at you, sir.
I'm looking at you.
I'm looking at you to keep America.
I would like to see some pictures. I've only ever seen videos of them metering those cars. They look impressive, and I've seen some numbers, but I don't know what they look like inside. I have no idea. I don't know if you've ever seen inside any of them.
No. I've seen sparks fly out. No, that was Brazil.
Yeah.
What? Something that I always tell people, like when they're wanting to do numbers, I always say pick a class first and then optimize for that class. Like you can't just get in where you fit in and then expect to just come in and dominate a certain class.
And that's part of that whole list of having realistic expectations. You cannot build for unlimited class and expect to dominate in clamped. You can't build for clamped and expect to dominate in unlimited.
Right.
You can't build a car for no wall and expect to dominate a mod class. You have to know where you want to be. So you have to know, if you're going to compete, you really need to know what you want before you start. It's kind of like building a race car. If you don't know what you want when you start building it, you're going to buy the wrong parts 3 times over. You're going to have 2 sets of headers, 3 exhaust systems. You're going to have a supercharger and a turbo and a nitrous kit because you tried all of them. Because you didn't know where you were headed, and knowing, sitting down and figuring out exactly what you want to do. And then the second thing is test. I mean,
I hate you. Hey, I don't know if the majority of our audience knows who you are or what you're about or whatever, but Nathan is definitely one of the smartest, if not the smartest guy in SPL. Like he sciences the shit out of everything, and I love that about him. So on that note, do you use any modeling? Do you use any software? Do you what's your process? Let's say if you got a naked virgin car you'd never seen before, can you share any of that with us?
the first thing I do is sit down and figure out the actual goals that are attainable. And I guess that's the hardest thing for people who don't know what's attainable. But when I set my goals higher than most people would, because I'd rather miss a goal than set an easy goal and not try hard enough. So, first thing I do is figure out what goals I'm trying to get to. But rarely do I use a modeling program. I used to. I actually used Term Pro, the modeling program, way back when, like maybe before there's Windows. I don't know, but anymore, I don't actually use modeling programs much. I use a calculator.
Well, there you go.
And I'm not saying modeling programs are bad by any means. Everybody has their own thing, but I guess it depends on the kind of build you're trying to build. I mean, you better use a modeling program if you're trying to build like a Series 2.6 or something, because you need to make sure your frequencies are right. But because those two are as far as in relationship to each other, are fairly critical. But when you have a ported box, it's absolutely, again, it depends on your goals, what you're trying to do, and what makes it loudest at 32 hertz isn't going to make it loudest to where it wants to be in the car. So you just in a modeling program isn't going to help me. The problem with modeling programs is they only model what happens behind the woofer. They don't model what happens in front of the woofer. And a lot of what happens in the car, that's why there's a difference between DB drag and USAC, is because what happens in front of the woofer is dramatically different from vehicle to vehicle. And modeling programs don't take that into account. They only take into account what's happening the back side of the woofer. They always assume the front side of the woofer has static pressure, atmospheric, 14.7 PSI. And that's not the case. And that's why you'll see port shift and stuff. And when you have ratios, like an extreme vehicle, when you have the ratios, what calculates as a frequency isn't usually what it is, because the pressure on the front side changes the way the port reacts, because the port is under pressure from both sides, not just one.
Good stuff. What didn't you just have a highlighted comment? What are your goals for the Civic? It's Chris's, right?
Oh, the Civic. That Civic is part of my new team. Me and Chris and my friend Sal here, who works at the shop, we're going to be Team Has Been. And
like it.
Sal's actually going. I'm going to run the van. Chris is probably going to run his CRX. He says he's retired, but I know Chris. He's going to do something with it. He's probably going to go to No Limit this year or something. But Sal will probably run the CRX. I mean the trunk car. The trunk car. I want, if it's possible to do Brazil numbers in a trunk car, I want to do Brazil numbers in a trunk car. And if it's not, if I can't figure it out, I can't figure it out, but I'm going to give it my best. But I'll tell you, if it's possible to do a 59.2 in a trunk car, we're going to get close.
Hey now. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here. 170 from a trunk coming up.
No, I didn't say that.
170 from a trunk. I heard it. Timestamp it.
You just got to get a Brazilian amp, and you can figure out all the clamp classes you want.
Yeah, 100%. You just need Brazil power.
I think eventually somebody will do a 160 in trunk legit.
That's crazy.
On 5K, because here's the thing: certain cars, there is a difference between vehicles, but 5,000 watts of acoustic energy being delivered in a cabin, if you get the alignment rights, it'll do the same thing in a trunk car that it can do in a CRX, that it can do in some cars. Don't make it possible, but I think the EF sedan is actually very close to being able to get. I mean, you can do 5K in a CRX. I honestly can't see a reason you can't do 5K in a EF sedan. I'm not saying I can. I'm not saying I will. It might be 5 years before it happens, but somebody will eventually. If you would have went back to when we had street A, B, and C and talked about people doing 65s in a street style class, they'd think you're insane.
Yeah, for real.
But it's happening now. So it will eventually happen, but I don't know when the progression is going to stop. You see people like what's Ronnie doing, like 50 something with an 8.
We don't mention Ronnie in this show.
No, we don't talk about Ronnie.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I don't know him. I just seen, but what I'm saying is you can do, people can do things with a product that you wouldn't expect, and I think you're going to and then it becomes the norm. Once people start doing it, it becomes the norm. You didn't see 170s for the longest time, and then actually you quit seeing 170s again because it's a lot of work and money, and car audio kind of fell off. But I think there's a lot of people coming back now that want to build big things again. You start seeing to build more extreme builds. That's kind of my goal with the van, is to build the back half of the van as a Super Street X van for this year, and maybe do the front half next year, make an extreme next year, but just get the back half of the van legit, and then leave the cabin. And then if everything goes smoothly next year, do the cabin too.
That sounds like so much work.
Yeah.
I'm just like making me tired.
There's too many rules.
I am wanting to do some crazy stuff that I don't know if they'll let me do. I can't see a reason why, but you've been racing before. You've seen lift-off front ends and stuff. One-piece front ends with Zeus fasteners that hold everything together.
Yeah.
I want the sides of my van to be removable with Zeus fasteners so I can see the box and everything.
I like that. Why wouldn't you do that?
Dimension, why wouldn't it be allowed?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm good with it. Hey, I allow it. Just tell them T-Face did. T-Face said I could do that.
If they have a problem with the rear wiper being missing, they may have a problem with that.
That's what one of our comments was. Just what size wiper is louder on the back of a CRX?
None. I mean, maybe you should be able to modify it where it like holds pressure down on the glass. That would be like, I feel like that would
put a stiffer spring on that bad boy.
Yeah, that way it holds pressure in a certain spot.
Here's the thing. If a wiper made that much difference, you could just have somebody stand there and lay their hand on it too. That's allowed.
Dude, I always found that ridiculously comical about DB Drag, that you could have like a team of mofos just like piled up on your car. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, is that not funny to anybody else?
Well, sometimes it's louder.
What's the point? It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
It's and Chris used to like to do it, but now he painted his car and made it all fancy. He don't want anybody climbing on it. So
yeah, I don't blame him.
That's what I don't understand. How does like more dents not happen?
Dude, I've seen some EFs that have like
the slope on the cowl. Oh yeah.
Ridiculous.
Or like the windshield doesn't just go boof. Man,
dumb.
Scary.
So stupid.
Scary stuff.
Let me just get 95 people from the crowd just to like dogpile my car and just make it a fucking acoustic trap. All right, done. All right, I'm done bitching about DB Drag for this moment.
So what is it about DB Drag you don't like?
I don't know, man. That's just the uppity effing attitude that they all have.
Snobs. They're snobs.
Yeah, they're all snobs. They're all snobs.
They're all snobs to kick scores.
I also feel like the way that people treat quote unquote dash legal like it's effing gospel from Jesus himself, it drives me absolutely apeshit bananas because it is absolutely the most arbitrary position known to man. It's so stupid.
But you realize when we first metered back when it was IASCII and stuff, because I've been competing for a long time. When we first competed before DB Drag came around, there was no dash meeting. The mic was where your head is. It was a headrest measurement forever.
Yes.
They put it on the dash to raise the score. To simplify placement, I mean, because it was much easier to have a reference point with a jig, but it actually raised the score. Scores went up when we went to the dash.
Yeah, I can see that.
And so that's kind of funny. Everybody says that use the legal dash score because it's the hardest score to do. No, the headrest scores. I don't want to say it's the hardest score to do, but it's in most vehicles it's a lower number in most vehicles.
Well, it's also a lower frequency.
Yes.
It's also where your head is.
Yes. I love kick panel testing. And when I competed back with my orange car, I never ran USAC. Not once did I ever run USAC. I was interested in drag only. I don't know why. And USAC was close. I just never ran it. But I actually know that Chris has been doing it. I like it. I like the people. I like the atmosphere. It's fun.
I like USAC
for the most part until people say you're cheating.
So, what are you gonna do? I like USAC. People think it's like cheating or whatever, but there's a rhyme to the reason. Like there's a reason for the rhyme or rhyme for reason. It's the loudest spot forward of the B pillar, right? Whereas
usually,
whereas the dash is just an arbitrary, just chosen spot for no effing reason.
Well, I guess I didn't realize this, but I guess now in drag you're allowed to not have an airbox at all.
Yeah. Also, what the. Crap.
So that negates some of the loss to the dash anyway. I mean, taking the airbox out, I always thought that was the biggest no-no there was in DB Drag, but I guess now I've said that somebody told me that last year at finals there was not a single CRX or sedan with an airbox.
I'm not taking my airbox out. I'm not. So guess what? Guess who's not competing in any of those classes? Me. I'm not taking my airbox out. I don't own a trailer. I'm not trailering my shit. I drive my shit to the shows. I'm not making a trailer queen just to keep up with you crazy mofos. So congratulations, y'all win.
Stamp it.
I'm this far down, so I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot.
The spice is coming out. Yeah, I don't know why Faye doesn't like drag. We tried it here.
We did, but all anybody wanted to do was bass race.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of bass race. I really don't.
I mean, I appreciate it for what it is. Like anybody can come and run any class, and I get it. It's fun, but just have one class. Why all the different classes? Just make everybody run 19.9 or whatever.
Yeah, the reason I don't like bass races, because it's not that I don't think it's a valid thing. When I build, I don't build because I want to be first or I want to win. I build because I'm building a science project, and I'm trying to do something that for myself. It doesn't matter if I come in first. That's why I ran a single 10. I didn't care if I won. If I wouldn't win, I wouldn't have ran a 10 way back when. I ran a 10 because it was fun.
Yeah,
and it was something to do something different. Base race doesn't have any science at all. It's not about the vehicle. It's all about you controlling your base. You're not, and I can care less how good I am. I want to make the car.
Yeah, it's bracket racing.
I want to. Yeah, I don't like bracket racing. I don't like. It's not for me.
Pedal to the metal or not at all.
Just turn it loose. Yeah.
I would like to see. I think they did it before, maybe, but like, pick a number, and that's the number you have to hit.
Well, supposedly base race. Once there's so many ties, it starts moving around.
Yeah.
Like you have to all of a sudden after so many. I don't know. It's like after the 17,000th time.
Yeah, it's something stupid.
It'll start changing frequency or what, this and that, but I'm not sure what it is.
I think ISPLL's base race equivalent was like that. You rolled a pair of dice and whatever it came up, like that was your thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you made it a little more random or drew cards or had to pick a different song.
Yeah, this is the song for the show.
For me at all, because I don't care how much skill I have controlling my knob. I want to know how good my car does.
Zing.
Like if I buy a car and I take it to the drag strip, I could care less if I beat you or lose or win. It doesn't matter. I want a number. I go to the drag strip to get numbers.
Yeah.
And that's me. I'm a numbers guy. I'm a data guy. I like numbers. I like performance, and I like to increase, beat my own personal best. Whether it's beating other people or not, it's irrelevant.
We're on the same page. Oh, Skippy kicked him off after that little bullshit. He's talking bad about DB Drag. We had to cut the hard line.
Can you still hear us?
Yo. No, I can't hear him. That's Nathan Munson. What a pleasure.
Yeah, that was fun. He needs to come back on with a camera that's not 90-degree turned.
What a pleasure. That guy, I'm telling you, I mean, a lot of people in the chat right now know who he is, but for those of y'all who don't, that was a treat.
It's exactly like he says. He treats every build like a science project. Oh wait, he's back. He's back.
Hey. Hello.
He's back.
Can you hear me now?
Nathan.
Hello?
Yep. I got you.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I just got a call, and now I can't hear after I came back.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Test. Testes. 1, 2, 3.
Try to. I don't know. You have to tell him to try to join again or something.
Yeah.
Hank Feach absolutely sabotaged that.
On here. Can you hear me? Nod yes. Okay, I can't hear you a word. You want me to exit the chat? Leave the chat?
Yeah, try to leave and rejoin.
Well, you're screaming like he think he could hear you. Actually, it's fine. We gotta wrap this up anyway.
Yeah, factual.
Yeah.
We have to reschedule, and he has to come on an entire show. Him and his son.
Yeah. So just don't let him in next time he calls in.
Yeah, just kick him.
I'll message and tell him.
Yeah. Tell him. But yeah, we gotta wrap it up because I'm done looking at your face. It's weird.
I know the feeling. I'm sick of looking at my face too.
Factual. That's my new favorite phrase.
I see
Hank absolutely sabotaged that.
Yeah, he 100% did.
He's got this addiction. Like, he loves to see himself.
You want to let him call in?
No, not at all.
Not even.
He messes me, and I just pretend like I didn't see it, and I just no. F out of here. All right.
Hank called Nathan just to sabotage the stream.
Yeah, he did on purpose. Yeah.
You're
all right. You want to get out of here?
Yeah. Any
we appreciate
any parting thoughts?
No. But we
Nope.
gotta have Nathan back on.
Yeah, 100%.
But never have Hank on. Hank, go try to join our other live stream that
Yeah,
he
do
was
the
on
other
last
thing.
week.
Yeah, go on the
Do
other
that
one,
one, guys.
Have Nathan on. Yeah.
Are you going to the Bayou Showdown
When and where?
next
and
Saturday,
maybe?
next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? I think
I might,
Slidell.
yeah, I might try. Remind
Yeah.
me.
All right, bet.
Tenfold.
I'm gonna bring out my stunt wall.
Oh,
We have to tune it. I have to
Wait,
battle.
Is it USAC?
Yeah,
Or-
it is. It's you said.
Oh, I might have a little something for y'all's ass.
Oh God, here we go. I have to battle somebody with it.
Can I run novice?
Dude, I should be able to run novice also. No, you want
you 100% should.
you want a championship, so I don't think you can.
I know, I was kidding.
Oh, sorry.
You should be able to run novice.
I know. Like I am a novice. I'm exactly what the class is made for.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
All right.
All right. Let's beat it.
Everybody else sucks. Wait. Nathan.